Okay, so we are live. My name is David Leonard. This is my Comm 101 persuasive speech. Couple of notes. I have an audience of 5 people. They will be filling out their forms. So I'm going to start off today with a quick introduction. For those of you who don't know me, my name is David Leonard. I am the co-host of the widely popular Two Dudes Talking Disney podcast. I'm a member of the Disney Vacation Club, a Disney licensed travel agent, and I'm personally a veteran of over 100 Disney trips. Just to Disney World, it's not counting Disneyland or cruise lines. So today we're going to talk for about 10 minutes about why a Disney ticket is still a good value for your family. But I'm going to let the man himself start off this presentation, Walt Disney.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land. Here age relives fond memories of the past, and here youth may savor the challenge and promise of the future. Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, the dreams, and the hard facts that have created America, with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
Okay, thank you, Walt. So real quick, I'm just going to go over some history of Disney theme park prices and tickets and how they worked. I'm going to be citing a couple works for this one, but if you visit the website www.allears.net, you'll find a definitive history of Disney ticket prices. So Disney World ticket prices started off when the park opened in 1971 at about $3.50 for entry. That's a pretty good bargain compared to the $129 to $159 ticket range you'll find today for a single park access. There are some things to know about that whopping $3.50 price tag. Up until 1982, when Epcot opened, Disney World had a ticket book system. So you paid the $3.50 to get in the gate, then you had to buy a ticket book, similar to like a carnival nowadays. That ticket book cost you $4.50. And was only good for about 7 attractions. So up until 1982, you had an admission price, then a ticket book price, but the ticket book was only good for 7 of the attractions. Now, today's prices for Disney World, like I said earlier, is anywhere from $129, depending on the time of year you travel and the day that you go. But that gives you admission to over 40 attractions and rides and shows in the park today. So a little bit of difference, and it's a little bit hard to compare the history of the prices because now it's a steeper price, but obviously with inflation the prices have gone up. But back then it was a admission price than a ticket book price. So you can only go on 7 rides before you had to go back and spend another $4.50 to buy another ticket book. Unless you flew Eastern Airlines, because they were the original official airline of Walt Disney World. So if you flew down on Eastern Airlines, you actually got a free ticket book, and then you had to go back and buy one. So we all know that in our world nowadays, $129 per person is a pretty expensive price. But I say, what do you get for that? Like I said a minute ago, you get access to over 40 rides and attractions. Very high-end, high-tech rides, some classic rides, some very good shows. We're talking too just about the Magic Kingdom park, not Disney World in a whole. If you take Disney World in a whole with its 4 theme parks, 2 water parks, shopping districts, mini golf courses, all those things, you're looking at almost 100 rides and attractions. Again, $159 would actually get you access to all 100 of those rides and attractions. It's just impossible to do in a single day. So competitively speaking, we look at ticket prices in the area. And you wonder sometimes, how does a Disney ticket price compare to other ticket prices of events nowadays? So the Orlando Register, Brady McDonald wrote an article titled, "You Think Disneyland's Expensive? Think Again." And he broke out an hourly rate of a Disney ticket versus some other popular entertainment attractions. So just so you know, Disney ranks in there at about $9 per hour. So when your family does something, you're spending about $9 per hour on a Disney park. That's really not a lot of money compared to other venues out there. For example, your average NFL game. Guess how much your average NFL game costs a family per aisle? Kyle, I'm going to pick
Per hour?
Per hour.
22.
34. So the average NFL ticket costs your family $34 per hour. You think about an NFL game, it's usually about a 2.5 to 3 hour event. You're in, you watch the game, you go home. Again, Disney at $9 an hour. Certain times of the year, the parks are open for anywhere from 12 to 15 hours. So you're getting a much longer value. The highest per hour event that the author comes up with is the Broadway show Hamilton. You're paying about $113 an hour to see the Broadway show Hamilton compared to a day in a Disney park. I see TJ nodding his head back there, and I know that we've spent many nights talking about how expensive Disney is, so I thank you for laughing and giving me a little bit of feedback on that part. And you even look somewhere in the middle, like a Lakers game, right? Lakers tickets are going for about $47 an hour. So the $9 an hour value that your family is getting with access to over 100 rides and attractions is a pretty good value for your family's vacation dollar. Some other things to think about too. Disney World is a large resort complex. It's twice the size of Manhattan, over 48 square miles of property. Again, I said earlier, 4 theme parks, 2 water parks, a shopping district, hundreds of restaurants. You have a lot of entertainment options for simply being on the property, and the theme park ticket is only one aspect of that. There are free areas of Disney that you can go to, such as downtown Disney, the hotels, golf courses, things like that, where you don't have to pay admission to get in, but can still enjoy a lot of the amenities. So, if again, we said earlier the history of the ticket prices. So now they have single day pricing, and depending on the time of the year and the park you go to, it changes your ticket. So a ticket to Animal Kingdom may be around $118, $119 on a beautiful Tuesday in the middle of September versus the 4th of July weekend when it goes up to about $156. A lot of people think it is a steep price, but think about what you're getting. World-class entertainment, some of the most cutting-edge technological rides. In the past several months, Disney's opened 2 brand new high-tech rides, Minnie and Mickey's Railway at Hollywood Studios, and the much anticipated Rise of the Resistance, the Star Wars ride, and their Galaxy's Edge. I've only been on the Galaxy's Edge ride. I have not yet been on Minnie and Mickey's Runaway Railway. That is probably because the 2 dudes' invitation to the opening got lost in the mail, but at this point, we're kind of used to that. So you look at these attractions. The Rise of the Resistance attraction is the most expensive theme park ride ever built. Cost in the neighborhood of about $40 to $60 million. Again, Disney doesn't really tell people how much they spend to build things. Again, Disney World is a massive complex, and that ride was one part of a 16-acre, billion-dollar expansion to the park. Altogether, there's about 35,000 people working in these parks. So we talk about how much overhead the company has, how much they're paying to operate and build new attractions versus your park entry ticket. Their profit is only taken, not only taken on park entry ticket, but also, right, souvenirs, you gotta eat, you gotta get yourself a Mickey bar, ice cream bar, you gotta get Mickey ears for the kids, an autograph book, stuffed animals, and everything else that isn't nailed down to the floor that they'll sell you. So average family for a single day in Disney World, family of 4, is spending somewhere between about $800 and $900 for the day. That's counting lodging, food, souvenirs, and again, the park tickets, with the park tickets being the lion's share of that. So my argument is that if you break it down per hour, looking at specifically the park ticket, the $9 per hour fee per person in a family is not that big of a deal when compared to your other entertainment options out there. You're making memories, you have a longer period of time than you did at a baseball or football game, and you get the chance to get a hug.
He already got in trouble.
Oh. We are live, but I'll restart. I did you missed it.
I just thought that was just All right, I got it.
All right, you ready?